Hi everyone, this is the One Piece Portrait of Pirates Selling Again Maximum Figure of Big Mom by Megahouse. Let's take a look. So I bought Big Mom from Hobby Genki back in January 2023, and I learned that Hobby Genki actually does not ship large parcels by sea shipping. Originally my only options were DHL, I think, and it was crazy expensive. So I made a special request, but as a result, my parcel did not have any protection whatsoever. As you can see, it's just a tight fit in the box with no bubble wrap. Well, anyway, that's a lesson learned. Moving on, Megahouse figures usually come with their own brown carton box, as you can see, and this extra bit of protection is really appreciated because I've shipped Big Mom by sea shipping with no bubble wrap protection whatsoever. However, because of the size of Big Mom and she's such a tight fit in this box, she's quite difficult to take out without flipping her over like that. After tearing apart the paper wrapping like a Christmas present, I was pleasantly surprised by how colourful and shiny Big Mom's box is. Look at that! Here's a 360 preview of Big Mom's box, and I'm happy to report that her box did not have any damage, despite how risky the shipping method was. Anyway, let's unbox her. So the first thought I had when I figured out how to open Big Mom's box was, wow, she opens just like a binding figure box, and that's quite premium feeling. Well, at least she's not cast off. Or maybe there'll be a sight to see. Sorry, ignore the degenerate me speaking. Big Mom's blister package comes in 3 parts. The first one I have here is Prometheus, nicely wrapped. Second one is Big Mom's, and hers came damaged, I think because of the shipping. There's like cracks at the bottom that was holding the base, and they're really sharp. Thankfully, the base was okay. I did not notice any scratches on it. Removing the plastic wrapping around her, and Big Mom has quite a weight to her. She's really heavy. Because this is my very first maximum figure, I was super unprepared for the wires. My gosh, they are such a pain to remove. Please let me know in the comments how you guys have been dealing with it. And I apologize in advance for the struggles that you will see in this video. And removing Zeus from his blister pack, the first thing I encountered is the wire again. I'm sorry guys, this is gonna take a while.
1 hour later.
And after a ferocious battle with the wire clan, we finally have Zeus out. And look at this guy. His hat just makes him look so cute despite how angry he looks. And next up is Prometheus, removing him from the blister pack. And here I discovered that he has more wires.
3 hours later.
Struggle. Still struggling with this same wire. This one is really a pain to remove.
Much later.
And after the hopefully final battle with the wire clan, I have Prometheus out. Look at this fireball. So let's take a closer look at Big Mom's familiars. Firstly, we have Zeus, the cute little cloud with the hat. And my first thought is the shading on this guy is done really well. I mean, he's a single color black, but the transition from black to purple, like over here, looks really well done. Also, the swirls of the cloud looks really well sculpted, and the lightning bulbs that you can see over here, they are also purple but a lighter shade, and they look really nice because of the gradient. So in order to attach Big Mom's familiars to a hand, you actually have to split them apart. And you can see the join line, which I'm showing you over here, has been quite seamlessly integrated with the swirls of the clouds, making it not so obvious, and I think this is really well sculpted. So splitting both segments apart, you'll find that it works by a male and female joint system. Over here is the male joint, and you can see the indentation for Big Mom's hand. This is the female joint with the other side of the hand, and when you click them together, it should fit perfectly. Next up, let's take a look at Prometheus. His face is a bright yellow-orange solid color, and the detail on the mouth is really well done. He then transitions to a darker orange, which is a little bit more translucent towards the tail. And the material is quite soft at the end, so when I accidentally hit it too hard, I'm quite glad that it didn't chip off. Similar to Zeus, Prometheus can also be split apart to fit onto Big Mom's hand, and I find that the integration of the seam line with the pattern of the flames is a lot more well done in this sculpt. Can you spot where the seam line is? Yep, it's right here. Follow where the hole starts. And similar to Zeus, when you split him apart, you will have a male joint with the hand indentation as well as a female joint with the hand indentation. Okay, to be honest, I struggled quite a bit putting Prometheus and Zeus onto Big Mom's hand. I feel I may have scuffed her ring a little bit, but anyway, this is how you do it. Try not to wiggle the parts on her hand too much because the paint might get scratched off. That's something I think I made a mistake with. So Prometheus is up. And moving on to Zeus. Zeus was a little bit harder to attach because of the angle that he's in. So you would have to look low and try to wiggle his tail in. I did not have any scratches on Big Mom's ring on this hand, but I'll show you later where the scratch is on Prometheus' hand. And voila! Big Mom in all her giant glory, fully assembled. And here is a little size comparison with my custom law cosplaying as Inosuke. So here are my thoughts on the figure, starting from the base. I really appreciate that they didn't just give a round base. There's additional debris and flame effects, and this really makes the figure look more interesting. Also, the colors of the rocks and the flame effects have a metal shine to it, and this makes the gradient of colors look very interesting. I quite like how the purple transitions to the translucent red on the flame effects. My biggest issue with the base is that there's an acrylic round support rod below her, and I really find this odd. And in case you are wondering, they actually sculpted bloomers for her. That's pretty neat, I think. Moving up the figure, we have Big Mom in her iconic pink dress, and I must say, the shading looks fantastic. The red circles also have a shine to it, and it look really nice. The yellow cape on her back is also really well sculpted, and you can see how it flows with the dynamic pose. Also, the shading gives it a lot more depth. Zooming in to her face, I really like how her mouth is sculpted, where there's a little bit of saliva on the tongue. Yeah, look at that. The teeth is also really well sculpted. You can put a finger in there. Her triple chin also looks really well done. Napoleon, which is Big Mom's hat, is also very well sculpted and coloured. The swords have a metallic shine and it looks really good. The hat colours are also very vibrant with a lot of shading, giving it a lot more depth, and this makes it look very nice. Here are some close-ups of Big Mom's hands, which I think are really well sculpted, considering that she's supposed to be displayed with Zeus and Prometheus covering them. Her muscles on the hands are also sculpted and I think that's great. This is Big Mom's other hand, and I think I scuffed that little spot over there because of Prometheus. On the bottom ring of this hand, there's also a circular patch where there is no paint. To anyone with a Big Mom figure, please let me know if you have these too, because I find that this circle is too perfect to have been caused by me. However, this ring on the thumb, I think that's caused by me. Like, it's not a perfect circle. And you can also see the scuff on Prometheus. I think that's where the color transfer is. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you like what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!